That was like a total just blasphemous hodgepodge of wannabe Van Halen. Welcome to the Lick of the Day. I'm Brett Papa. Sorry I have been away. Some friend of my son's came over like with the sniffles, and I'm like, you think his mom would send him over like sick? Yeah, she did. Got everybody sick. I don't get sick, but I got sick. My whole family got sick, and it's his fault. Anyways, back to what we're here for. Van Halen, my favorite, hands down, my favorite guitar player ever. There's nothing he does, playing-wise, I do not totally like. He writes ripping songs. He freaking, at 20 years old, set the world on fire with his just ripping, unorthodox solos. His feel, his rhythm playing is just insane. What's not to like, right? And then he freaking jumped around like a maniac and didn't miss a note on stage, that bastard. But anyways, I don't want to be Van Halen. What I like to do is I like that piece of what he did. Now, albums I'm going to draw upon are like Van Halen 1, songs like I'm the One, stuff like that. Somebody Get Me a Doctor off Van Halen 2. Love the stuff off 1984, whether it's, Hot for Teacher, obviously, or Top Jimmy, or any of these just ripping, fire-breathing, but pentatonic-based solos. Now, the lick, or licks, that we're going to do are one that's kind of based off of Somebody Get Me a Doctor, and when he does it, it's down here. And he gets this really ripping, awesome, open string, just sick solo thing going. I'm not going to do it like that. And this is what I mean. You're going to take the idea and you're going to do it your own way. And suddenly it becomes kind of your own thing, influenced, right, by Van Halen. So what I did was, I love that idea. Sounds really killer. So if you take it down to, let's go down to A minor. What I'm going to do is take that same idea. There's lots of interplay between the G, B, and E strings. Now, you can start off just going. And it's a simple lick. It's just sped up. It's hammer to 8, pull off, and then I go to 8 on the G. Right, so we got. Right, that's the first part. Now, to take it a step further, you just add an extra note, which is the A note on the high E string. So once I pick the B string one time, I never pick it again. It's all hammer-ons and pull-offs. Right? That sort of thing. So I'm only picking the G and the E, and you can either pick it with your pick or pluck it with your finger. Right? Or whatever floats your boat, right? And that's the first part of it. Is just getting that down. Now, the next part is something he does all the time. Now, this part might not be something he does, but... And then this, bending a whole step on the third, the minor third. Let's say you're in A minor pentatonic. Does that lick all the time, and I absolutely love it. Maybe with a little pinch harmonic. Right? But and then you really get the vibrato going. Right? So, love that sound. And all you're doing is, I went. So it's 7, 8, 7, 5. And then I do what I call stacking on the D and the G, and it's the 7th fret. And then you come back and you bend up that minor third a whole step. Right? Love that sound. Now, so it's, and I'll pluck it usually. Now, another thing that he does a lot that just kind of gets into my playing is a couple of ways he does hammer-ons and pull-offs. So, right, this, that sort of a thing. And all you're doing is you're going, say, from 4, 5, and 7. You're going, and then you go back to 4 and 5, and then you go up to the string, you know, that's lower, the 7th fret, so the D string. So it's, that's all G, and then I go up to D. Right, total I'm the one leg. Now, all you're doing is you're taking that pattern and just going down the strings. Right? So it's more like, right? So the first part, right? So that's the whole lick. Right? And it's licks like that. It doesn't have to be that exactly. Or, right? So you got, or he does a lot, right? And that's going to be, right? And all, that's kind of the same thing. Same frets. 4, 5, 4, right? Right, so it's, and then you go down. That sort of a thing. Now, while I might not use that exact lick like that, I love that hammer-on and pull-off sequence, right? That sort of thing, right? It's that, right? So it ends up kind of being my own thing, but that's exactly where I got it from, right? I may choose a different, you know, choice of notes, right? But that's what you're supposed to do. Like this, for an example, is a Hendrix lick. Now, Joe Walsh takes that Hendrix lick and plays it all over the place in the Eagles, but it doesn't sound like Hendrix. It sounds like Joe Walsh, but the initial idea is a very Hendrix-inspired lick. But because he phrases in his own unique way, you're able to take the influence of somebody else, right? And that's kind of what I really want to impart to everybody here, right? Is, you know, learn my licks or whatever, but don't get hung up on learning stuff note for note. Maybe take the idea of what I'm showing, or anybody you're learning, say it's a cover song, you know, Randy Rhoads, Van Halen, Hendrix, whoever you like, and let the idea, or maybe the way like they do a hammer on and pull off run, like my nose running, let that inspire you, but try to come up with a phrase that sounds like you, right? And so, unless you're in a cover band, then learn stuff note for note and do it justice, right? Do, you know, nail it or do whatever. But the whole point of today is to show you a couple of different Eddie-isms, right? Or ways that he goes about his soloing, but how you can apply that in your own way. So again, this lick, right, all the time. Right, I'd do that. Maybe the end of a song, right? Right? That's total Van Halen. Doesn't sound like a total ripoff. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you totally freaking ripped off Van Halen." It's influenced, right? But it's like, man, I love it. It's just in my playing, and it's just I love those things, right? The way he approaches his lead playing and the fire and the intensity and the feel that he has. And I know there's no way I'm ever going to be a Van Halen, right? But that doesn't mean that your favorite players can't really have an influence on you without you directly stealing their licks and sounding like them. You can let them influence you and then just stir the pot of awesome. All those licks you're learning, just stir that awesome and make it your own. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check the links below. There's all sorts of stuff if you like this. Check out the products at brettpapa.com. They make all the free videos possible, and it shows you how to do stuff like this over music where it counts. So when you hit the stage, you'll be sounding good. Check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe. And videos, wherever I always forget where they're in. I think they end up over here. Playlists, all that kind of stuff to help you out. Songs, equipment, all that stuff. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for coming back. I'll catch you next time.